first posted the story time of how I lied to my husband for a year, you all wanted the speech. If you want to watch the full story time, go to my page, but super quickly, my husband is a giant Lord of the Rings fan. I've known this for the past 5 years and I refuse to read it. As someone who reads over 100 books a year, this was a point of contention for us. During our 18-month-long engagement, I read them in secret 3 times, wrote a 130-page thesis on them, which is now partially available on Substack. And I'm listening to you guys. You want the speech. I hear you. Before you watch the speech, you do need to know a few things. The first is that it was filmed on a camcorder from the early 2000s and it is blurry. The second is that my 23-year-old brother is the one who recorded it. The third is that you can hear his commentary throughout it, which I think kind of adds to it. He's pretty funny. And the fourth, and I repeat this again, the content of this video is both blurry, hard to hear, and long. But you wanted it, so here it is.
Me, my husband. My husband!
No, it's fine. I'm putting the battery in. I don't know why it's saying that.
I'm shaking, I'm sorry. Okay, today has been the happiest day of my life, and I could not wait to spend the rest of my life with you. But before I do, there is a secret that I have been keeping that I feel like I need to share. Now, for those of you who, I'm not pregnant, that's not the secret. It's not that, I promise. I heard gasps, that's not what I'm going for. Okay, so for those of you who know me well, you probably know that there's one ongoing issue in our relationship, and this is for years, this man has been trying to get me to read The Lord of the Rings. Not casually either, not a simple, oh, you'd probably like it. No, this was like a long-term campaign. It was a relentless propaganda effort conducted by a man deeply convinced that hobbits could solve all of my emotional problems if I just give them the chance. And for a long time, I resisted because 3 massive fantasy books about walking sounded to me a little intimidating and a lot boring, I'm sorry. But a year ago today, on June 6, 2025, I finally opened the Fellowship of the Ring. If you know me, I'm a nerd, so just get ready. At first, I was reading it because I loved you, and then somewhere between the Shire and Rivendell, something changed. I started to understand, and I understood why these books mattered so much to you, why certain passages felt sacred, and why Tolkien writes about mercy and friendship and grief with such tenderness, why hope in these stories feel earned instead of easy, why the smallest people are often the strongest, and why love is shown through loyalty, patience, and caring one another through violence. So I kept going, and I read all 3 books in secret over the course of the summer 2025. And then I listened to Andy Serkis narrate them while driving and cleaning and slowly becoming the kind of person who suddenly has opinions about Gondor. And then this is where things became deeply concerning because I started over for a 3rd time. This time I reread all 3 novels with pens and tabs and annotations. I wrote notes in the margins, and I highlighted passages I thought you wanted me to see. I researched... I ended up researching Tolkien scholars and literary criticism and fantasy theory. Of course I did. Because once I understood the world, I wanted to understand why you loved it so much. And apparently I had more thoughts than expected, Because what started as only a few reflections turned into pages, and then chapters, and then eventually a 130-page thesis on why The Lord of the Rings is quintessential world literature?
Come here. Come here.
Which I think is probably the most terrifyingly sincere declaration of love I could possibly offer you. So tonight, Nate, my husband, I wanted to give you something. And it's not just a box set of these books that I annotated. But they're your books, now filled with my handwriting, my thoughts, my questions, my favorite passages, and little notes written directly to you across the last year of my life. Because this became more than reading his favorite story. It became my way of loving you back through it. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give to another person. It's to enter their world willingly and care about the things that shaped you and then come back changed because of them for the better. So after years of badgering me to read these damn books, I finally did. And I brought receipts. Mikey, can you bring up the box? And this is just not me saying it, they are all 5-star books and you should read them. So I did this all in secret, he had no idea. I stole the books from our shared library when he was at work. I'd put them away when I saw creepily your location coming back to me. And then I'd start again like the next night. Like 2 people knew that this was happening. And yeah, it's so that's my wedding gift to you.
Yeah, you might want to open it like right now.
Open it, open it.
Open it.
It's a low battery thing.
Open it. That's the thesis.
Recording it and then we'll.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, just stop.